on file for everyone. Can everyone see the homepage for Beacon here?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I want to welcome everyone. My name is Stuart Klein. I've been a member of Beacon for about a year and a half now. It's been a tremendous experience. I'm also a member of the new membership orientation committee and might have met some of you at our event last week at the Great American Pub in Conshohocken. The website, well, first of all, just want to ask everyone if they could put their phones or their computers on mute, except when you have a question, and then by all means, I'm going to go through this slowly. If you have any questions, please ask as they come up, and we can make this really interactive. The website for Beacon has always had a lot of great information. However, lately it did need to be updated. So now that that project is complete, we want to make sure that everyone's comfortable using it and comfortable navigating it, because it really does enhance your entire experience and help your membership get off to a great start. So this is the home page, and starting from here, what's most important, what everyone loves about Beacon, are the events. So what I like to do is point out where you can access some of the upcoming events, and that's in the lower right-hand corner of the home page. And if you see one that looks interesting to you, such as this one this evening, you can click on the link, and immediately it'll take you to that event page. At the top, you see the title, gives you the information in terms of fees, time, and place. And then if you scroll down, you'll get to see a full description of the event. This one is using LinkedIn for job search. Bryn Tillman, who is the LinkedIn expert, is the one putting on the event. And all of the events have a full description of what you can expect. And if you go to the top, this is a quality that is unique only to Beacon that I'm aware of. You can actually see who's registered. So you click on View Registrants, and then you can see who is already planning on coming. You can contact them ahead of time if you'd like. And also, if you, for some reason, can't make it or you want to reach out to them afterwards, they're all here for you after the event as well. So if this event looks like something you would like to attend, very easy to do that. What you can do here is, if you're going to export it to your calendar, just click on that, it'll open up. And you'll be able to save it to your calendar like so. So right here, looks like this one actually might already be closed out. So let's go to another one. Here you go. So here you go. If the event is not closed out, there'll be a register button right here. Click on the register button, and immediately the registration page will come up. Because I've gone to a number of events, this has saved my information, so it'll pre-populate. And then what you can do is just click on here, select the following. It gives you the member price here versus the non-member price. Save and finalize registration. And at that point, it'll take you to the checkout page where your information, billing, and payment will be there for you. So as you can see, it's pretty straightforward to attend events, to register for them, and to find out the background of all the events that are taking place. Now, in the lower right-hand corner, this is just for basically the next week or two. If you want to see what's going on the entire rest of the year, everything that's been put on the calendar, at the top bar under events, simply scroll down to calendar of events, and then you'll be able to see all the upcoming events that have been put on the calendar even into next year. This is a list view, And then if you'd like to look at it in the calendar view, simply click on month view and the calendar view will come up. And you can look ahead to whatever might be going on. So you can plan your calendar and plan your activities. So that's pretty straightforward. Now for all new members, some of you may have already done this, but it's highly recommended to create a new member introduction. And this is basically a letter that introduces yourself, tells Beacon members a little bit about your background, a little bit about your personal and professional experience, and basically is like a welcome to Beacon letter. So this is very easy to put together. What you want to do is go under the membership tab, scroll down to New Member Welcome Center, click on that, scroll down to where it says Create Your New Member Intro, and this will take you to the page. Again, this gives you some guidance on what you want to include in it. It's basically an email, and this right here is the link to send it to. Once you send it to this link, the system will automatically filter it out and distribute it to all the Beacon members. And it really is an amazing thing, because when I did it right after joining, I would say within 2 to 3 hours, I had already heard back probably from 15 to 20 members reaching out, just saying, hey, welcome to Beacon. If there's anything I can do for you, and 3 or 4 offers to go and get a cup of coffee and get to know me better. So if you haven't already done so, highly recommend that you go through this. And if you have, you've probably already experienced something similar to what I have. So after sending out the new member introduction, it's really highly recommended also to set up your profile. And this is very easily done from the home page. In the upper right-hand corner, there's a Manage Profile link. Once you click on that, that will take you to the profile page where you can add as much information as you'd like. Now you can see mine here is 82% complete. So there's some things that I haven't added. I don't have a personalized URL, but if you do, you can add that. But you want to basically put in all of your professional and personal information, so when people click on your profile page, they have a good idea about your business and also as much of your personal life that you'd like to share. Here, again, I'm not going to go through everything, but just scrolling down, personal information, you can include information about yourself, your family. Most people join Beacon for professional reasons, so this is something that you want to fill out, obviously. Industry, website, office address. Business description is very important, so they have a good idea about what you do. If you're in transition, it's highly recommended to include a resume. You can put your LinkedIn address. And if you're a speaker, information on any of your speaking engagements or a bio. And the bottom part right here under networking locations, this is something that everyone should do, because this is affiliated with the guide assignment. So some of you may have already been assigned a guide already, and the Beacon Guide is simply a mentor to help get your membership off to a great start and make sure that you understand everything that the organization's about and help you get involved. But these locations are basically your geographical preferences for meeting your guide. So based on what you select here, will determine which guides are assigned to you. And then you have spots to put organizations, memberships that you're part of, boards, educational experience, areas that you volunteer, as much information that you'd like to share. So setting up a profile, highly recommended to do that as soon as you can. And then next, what is also recommended is you want to manage all the information that could be coming your way. Beacon, as you know, has a lot of different groups and subcommittees, and there's a lot of announcements. You may already be getting a lot of announcements, and there's a very easy way to manage this and filter it so you're only getting those things that you're interested in and you want to keep apprised of. So basically, the way you do this, from the home page, under the Navigator Networking tab, you want to scroll down to Beacon Communications and Email Lists. Now this will take you to this page, which basically highlights all of the communications, and Beacon uses a third-party provider called Causeway. And Causeway is basically a company that puts a network in place that is solely for the internal communication of Beacon members. So if you're not a Beacon member, you can't access this at all. But this right here is the link. Once you click on this, you can see it's a very different format, very different look in terms of the Causeway section of the site. But what you'll want to do here is on the left-hand side, where it says View Mailing Lists, click on that link, and immediately you'll see all of the mailing list subscriptions that are available to you. Now, again, I'm not going to go through each one, but you can see the plethora of different topics and different organizations that can keep you apprised of their activities. One that I'm a member of that I also recommend is external organization activities. Next to each list name is a description of that organization or that group. And basically, this is any Beacon member who is involved in other organizations outside of Beacon, and they're putting on events and they want to let the membership know about it. This is where you're going to find out about those kinds of activities. So you can subscribe weekly, you can subscribe daily. I'm subscribed daily, but you can see it's very easy to subscribe to any of these. Whatever one you're interested in, on the far right, you have the link. Just hit subscribe and you'll automatically start receiving emails from that group. Going back to the home page now, say you've heard about somebody that you want to get to know better, you want to reach out to them, contact them, you're not sure how to do that. Beacon makes it very easy to get in touch with another member. At the top under Navigator Networking tab, scroll down to Find a Member. And the only thing you can search, you can see by any of these filters. But if you have their name, such as John Sylvia, you want to reach out to John Sylvia, you're not sure how, all you have to do is input his name, hit Continue. Right there, you see he'll pop up. His name is a link to his profile page. And then here you go. You have all of his contact information on the left and his profile on the right. So very easy to get in touch with another Beacon member. Much in the same vein, a lot of Beacon members like to do business with other Beacon members. So say, for example, you're looking for an accountant. It's very easy to find a professional in any industry sector. Again, you're going to go to Navigator Networking, find a member's business. As soon as you click on that, it'll take you to this page. And again, under Profession, you can see there's a drop-down menu of all these different sectors. Say, for example, you're looking for an accountant. Click on Accountant, Accounting/Audit, hit the Continue button, and right then all the Beacon members who've classified themselves under this group will come up. And once again, if you want to get to know somebody's profession or their background a little bit more, all you have to do, click on the link and it'll take you to their profile page. Any questions about anything we might have covered so far? I know it's pretty straightforward, but just want to make sure. Okay. So in terms of getting involved, everybody wants to know, how can we get involved? We've talked at some of the orientations about joining a committee or a subgroup. The website makes it very easy to find out about the committees and subgroups and to join as well. So what you want to do, if you want to learn more, under the Groups/Committees tab, scroll down to Committees, and as soon as you put your cursor over that tab, you can see all the committees come up, and these are all the active committees currently in Beacon that you can get involved with. Now, say you want to learn more about the Golf Outing Committee. All you have to do is click on that. It'll take you to the home page. Fred Taffer is the chair. Gives you an idea of their mission. Many of you have probably heard we have a golf outing coming up in October. And it tells you about the committee and Fred's contact information if you'd like to learn more or just reach out to him before joining. If you'd like to join, in the upper right-hand corner is a request membership link. It's that easy. Same thing for subgroups. Under the same tab, groups/committees, scroll down to subgroups, and once your cursor is over that tab, you can see all of the subgroups that are active in Beacon will come up. And say you want to learn more about a particular subgroup, say you're interested in nonprofit, for example, click on that. Their homepage comes up. Lisa Pote is the chair. Their mission, their objectives, tells you how often they meet, and what you can expect. If this is a group that you'd like to join, upper right-hand corner, the link to join group is right here, and you can start getting involved. Now going back to the home page now, a lot of you may have heard some things about the Beacon history. We've talked about a little bit at the orientations, but it's a real good idea to kind of understand where the organization has come from, because it has evolved a lot over the years. And if you'd like to learn about the history, on the far right under the About tab, click down History of Beacon, and this gives you a great summary of the organization. It was started by Chris Pavlidze in May 2002. Some of you may have heard the term over the years or recently, GPSEG. This was the original name of the organization. The acronym stands for Greater Philadelphia Senior Executives Group, and it was renamed Beacon about 2 or 3 years ago. So this will give you a great idea about the history and how the organization's transformed. In terms of the current leadership, if you'd like to learn more about the board or reach out to them, under the same About tab, third one down, Board of Directors, gives you the current lineup of our board. And say you'd like to learn about somebody, a little bit more detail, every board member's biography is right there, accessible via the link on their name. Now going back to the home page now, we've learned from our surveys from the new membership orientation that members had told us through the surveys that they'd like to learn about how Beacon has helped others, because everybody seems to get a little bit something different out of the organization. And on the home page, if you scroll down to the lower left corner, this video right here, I Am Beacon, is a 2.5-minute testimonial to members' experiences with the organization. So I'm not going to go through it now, but on your own, really recommend that you take a look, because you'll hear from probably over 20 different members all across different demographics, just giving a short video testimonial of how the organization has helped them. And it really does validate the membership, because everybody kind of comes in from different experiences, maybe looking for a couple different things, and you can kind of see what the organization has provided in terms of value to all these people. Now, the organization is actually on a great upswing. For the last, I would say, 4 or 5 months, we've been growing every month, and we now have probably a shade under 700 members, but we're always looking for new great prospective members. So if you know anyone or end up meeting anyone through your travels that you think might be a good fit, under the membership tab on the far left, second one down is Beacon membership criteria. And Beacon's a little different, as you know, from other organizations. They don't, there are some criteria to joining. And this page right here, if you think you know anyone that would be a good fit, does a great job at explaining what the organization is looking for, covers the dues, talks about what professional level is required or someone in transition. Talks about kind of the values in the people that they're looking for in terms of their members. And just, this is a great page to kind of refer to if you know someone before approaching them, just to kind of see, make sure that they'd be a good fit in terms of this criteria. If you do know someone, that is great, that would be a good fit. Under the same tab for membership, you can scroll down to the first link, Beacon Membership and its benefits. And if you refer them to this page, a prospective member who you think might be a good fit, this page gives them a great explanation about what Beacon is, what they're about, what the expectations are, and covers the dues, kind of covers the values that they're looking for in members and what they can expect if they did join. So this is a great page to refer prospective members to. If in fact they think that it's something they'd like to pursue, it's very easy. Right at the bottom you can see is a membership application. All they have to do is click on it and they'll be taken to it. Now I'm already signed in as a member, so that wouldn't work for me, but basically going back here, you can kind of see if you're signed out, takes you right to the application page and allows them to log in with LinkedIn or Facebook and start the process. So next I'd like to cover speaking engagements. Some of you out there may have experience speaking in front of other groups or know anyone that does like to give talks. Beacon, as you know, has tremendous speakers with our events. It's something that is a real big part of why we're a high value organization. So if in fact you or anyone you know would like to be part of the Speakers Bureau, it's very easy. Under Events, under the Events tab, you scroll down to Beacon Speakers Bureau. And this right here, this page explains the Bureau, what they're about. Todd Cohen is the chair, what the goal is, how many events they can expect throughout the year, just kind of all the logistics behind it, and then explains the process for joining the Speakers Bureau. As you probably would surmise, all of these speaking engagements are non-compensatory. They're non-paying engagements, but there are actual valuable benefits that the speaker will derive from it, and this kind of goes over those as well. If the person is interested in pursuing an application, all they have to do is start filling out the form. Going to ask for some samples, and it's very easy to get involved. They're going to submit that, and then they'll hear from the committee in terms of their acceptance. Lastly, just want to talk about sponsorship. As you all know, Beacon is a nonprofit organization. Depends on its financial stability from its dues from the members as well as from their sponsorships that they're able to raise. So if you'd like to find out more about this program, under the sponsorship tab, click on Annual Sponsorship Program. This right here gives a good idea, good description about the program, what it's about, why it's so important to Beacon as well as the people that are involved, and most importantly, where your sponsorship dollars go. So you can understand how it actually supports and specifically supports the organization throughout the year. All of these different areas are supported by sponsorship dollars. Now, if you or anyone is generous enough to give and support by sponsorship, there are a number of advantages that come with it. So this describes that as well. And if anyone is interested in becoming a sponsor, it's very easy. There's a link at the bottom of the page, and this will take you to the sponsorship program overview for this year. And as you can see, there's 3 levels. Full Beacon sponsorship is for the entire year. You can sponsor one particular subgroup or a single event. And this gives a great description in terms of the amount, but also what the sponsor will receive in return and what you'll be able to take part of as a sponsor for that particular level. If it's something that appeals to you or anyone else, all they have to do is click on the link. They'll be taken right to the Beacon sponsorship agreement form where they can make their selection, put in the information, and the payment method. So that basically covers all the topics. You guys were great, didn't ask hardly any questions, so we're actually right on target for a half hour. But before we wrap up, are there any questions or anything I didn't cover that maybe some of you were looking to find out about? Okay. Well, I take that as a confirmation that this was pretty comprehensive. Again, I want to thank you all for attending. If there's any questions afterwards, feel free to reach out to me directly via phone or email. But again, want to welcome everyone to Beacon. I hope this was beneficial, and we'll look forward to seeing you at an upcoming event.
Thank you, Stuart.
All right. You got it. My pleasure. Take care.
You too.